Okay.
All right.
Is it working now?
It says we're live.
It lies.
Damn yellow dog.
All
Try
right.
it again.
So, if you'd like to keep the rain off our heads and the 190% humidity out of our lungs, donate here. If you like coffee, talk to these guys. By the way, we just sent a link to the stories that we're including in the first coffee anthology to Dave at King Harv's. So he's about to be looking at your work. If you like smartass t-shirts, and who doesn't, tinyurl.com among the leaves tees. Smartass t-shirts out the yin yang. We have a super special guest who's apparently having technical issues. So we'll fill in while our special guest is working on his equipment.
Tap dancing like a son of a bitch.
Exactly. It was
all right.
I didn't.
Cedar says it was hard to choose just 10 stories. Yes.
Wait. What do we got?
All right. Do we have you now? All right. Is it working?
Can you hear me?
Yes, there he is.
Our special guest has arrived.
Sorry about that. Now I'll warn you beforehand. My office internet, I need to get a new splitter thingy, so it might not be great.
I love the technical speak. Splitter thingy. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I am not technically. I am not a technical kind of guy.
You're an accountant.
And New York Times best-selling author.
Yes.
Much as many people would hate to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
Especially the New York Times now.
Yeah.
Oh, so Larry, what's new with you?
Pretty good, man. Hey, send me a link right now, and I'll go spam the internet with it, and tell everybody we're on.
Okay, John is going to send that to you.
Gonna send it to your messenger.
And I will spam that. I will spam the guys. No, I've just been working all morning, and this kind of snuck up on me. So
it happens.
No problem.
It happens. Trust me. Trust me. I know about working all morning and stuff sneaking up on you.
Yeah. Writing is a business.
Publishing even more so.
Yeah.
You guys know the drill.
Yeah.
And I still owe him a story. It just clicked. I still owe Larry a story. Shit.
Oh, you do, huh? I forgot about that.
Well, should have kept my mouth shut on that one.
Well, no. That's what Jason Cordova is for on this one. He's the wrangler.
Oh, good.
Keep track of everybody.
Pass that one off.
Okay, John.
Dude, Hinckley's going to have so much fun. Hinckley's going to have so much fun with Super Generation. According to John, she already is.
I want to go back in time.
Uh-oh.
Late 1990s, early 2000s. There was a discussion on the firing line about bad B movies and B movie lines.
Yes.
Larry, what did you do with that?
Oh, Lord. If the entire internet doesn't already know how Monster Hunter started, it's too late for them. It's just too late.
I had some fun with it.
Okay, so heard it from Larry's side?
No.
So all of us were on an internet gun forum, and Law Dog started a. Oh man, I'm not joking, guys. I got like a 20-second delay between I say something and I hear it.
Yeah. Sorry. Just keep talking.
What the hell?
I don't know.
Technology integrate.
Okay, I'll clean start. Okay, so I was on an internet gun forum with these guys. It was the firing line, and it was Ian started a okay, now I'm hearing myself talk as they're talking.
Isn't that terrible?
Oh, let me see what I can do here.
I'm talking and hearing myself simultaneously, but it was like 20 seconds ago.
Sorry.
I hate that. I hate that. I hate the sound of my own voice. Was that a Bridget? Did I just see a Bridget in the background?
Who is it, Bridget?
I'm talking and then like there's a 20-second delay, and then I'm hearing the stuff I just said. Okay, that was a Bridget in the background.
Oh, it's also a 20-second delay for us.
Guys, I'm gonna jump off and rejoin and see if that.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
It's one of those days. All right, I'll take you out. Oh God. You know, there are some days that it just does not pay to chew through the straps, and this is one of them.
what? No.
We'll get Larry back here in a minute.
When in doubt, reboot. And
It's one of those days ending in a Y.
no
Yes.
kidding.
Jim takes Larry out. Go somebody. I don't think Bridget's gonna like that.
We love Bridget.
Oh. Oh. No, it's not a threat. It's a promise. Yeah, you know, Larry's had some problems with his home setup, as he alluded to earlier. So we'll see what we can do.
Story of two snipers.
No, while you're waiting for talk about the interview we had with Records for
Oh,
Yeah.
So we had an interview. Jonathan Cohen, whom we met at LibertyCon. He was hiding in our in the audience during our What's New at Racketeer press panel, and he's very enthusiastic interviewer of all things science fiction writing. So he asked if he could have an interview with Racketeer Press. So me and Rita and John and Cedar got on there and had an interview with them, and it went live this morning. I think it was a rather good one. Seems to the comments I read before I went to lift really stupid weights, super amounts of weights. The comments were real on his channel were real nice. I'm not seeing Larry. It's making me nervous.
He's probably rebooting.
There he
There he
is.
is.
Speak of the devil.
All right, let's try this again.
Okay. All right,
All right,
here we go.
you're
I
back.
don't hear anything yet.
Yay.
Oh man, that's the joys of country internet right there, boys.
Anyway,
Okay.
while he comes up to speed, we had an interview with Jonathan Cohen that went rather well. Jim has a name tag.
Yeah. Okay. I can hear, and you guys' mouths are moving at the same time the words are coming.
Oh, okay.
Yay!
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
All right.
Saint Elon, save us.
Yeah,
Oh.
and so I tell you, Starlink is 1,000% better than what I used to have, but it's still
Okay.
not good.
Yeah.
Well, it's. I remember when you had to sacrifice a robot to get
Oh,
on
yeah.
the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
So-
man, it's shocking I'm as good at video games as I am.
Yeah.
Well, the whole lag time makes you you have to be really good when you're dealing with that much lag.
Well, I have to actually predict everyone's movement and shoot ahead of them.
That's called affliction angles. Yes.
I've heard of Kentucky windage, but damn.
Yeah, one of these days I'll have fast internet and I'll be like, I'll just quit writing books and just go win millions of dollars in video game tournaments. That's my plan. That's my career. That's my career goal.
I'm given to understand that there are a lot of people that actually do make money filming themselves playing video games, which
Oh, yeah.
is
Yeah.
odd to me.
Actually, yeah, it's kind of shocking.
It's kind of odd. So, Larry, what's in the pipeline from the House of Korea?
Okay, so right now, I just finished up Graveyard of Demons, which is the 5th book. It was supposed to be the final book of Saga of the Forgotten Warrior, except it got split in half because it was going to be like close to 300,000 words at the rate it was going, which is way too big when all the other books in the series are about 130, 140. So it got split in half, and so it's coming out in November. And then the second half of that is actually going to be called Heart of the Mountain, and it will be coming out in February. And I'm working on it now. I just barely sent off Graveyard of Demons, the final edits. So sent that off to Ban. And so now I'm working on this, and should be pretty good. I got a lot of work to do, and it's the finale, so there's a lot of pressure to, because it's the end of a series. I got one chance to get it right.
And you have to tie everything up.
Yeah. And there's so many threads, and it's such a complicated universe. There's a lot of stuff there.
Yeah.
And plus it's a big giant fight at the end, which is like a big chunk of the book, and that takes up a lot of space. So it's gonna be pretty good though. Somebody said over that it's a Bayan trilogy. I pitched it as a trilogy.
Funny how that works out, isn't it?
But it'll be done. So it'll be about 10 years from first book to last book, and it'll be complete epic fantasy series. So then people can get off my back about how they don't read epic fantasy because George Martin hurt their feelings once. And I don't read whatever, dude. I've had this discussion so many times. Makes my eye twitch.
I actually had that discussion at LibertyCon. Because so many of our anthologies go to 5 or 6 book series. I actually had somebody tell me that he wasn't going to read the Space Cowboys series. Space Cowboys want their anthologies. He wasn't going to read them until we were done with the series. I said, well, you're going to be screwed because we'll still be doing Space Cowboys 407.
As long as they keep selling, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing that people are hung up about, and I just don't get it. And I've seen it ruin careers.
Yeah.
More on the trad side than on the indie side, but there's not really as much indie epic fantasy. But I don't know. It's just such a weird hang up for people to have. It's so dumb. So I'm actually going to dedicate the 6th and final book to George Martin, and I'm dead serious. I'm not making that up. I'm going to dedicate to George Martin, and it's going to say, to George, see, it ain't that hard. It'll be 10 years from first book to last book. And I've written like 20 other books in that same time frame too. So, but Graveyard of Demons is actually it's dedicated to Jack Clemens. You guys know Jack.
Well done.
So.
Yeah. Well done.
Yeah. Jack gets the dedication on that one. Good man.
Yeah.
Jack
bigger than you.
One of a kind.
Oh yeah.
Bigger than life, literally.
Difference between Jack and me is the difference between me and like normal humans.
Yeah.
Size wise. He was like a level above.
That shaved Sasquatch was something else.
Yeah, I'm like an Uruk-hai. He was like a cave troll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And your buddy Dan's not exactly a little boy either.
Oh, Dan, who you met and you got here. No, Dan's about 6'6", I think 6'6", 6'7". He's a little bit taller than me. Good dude.
Yeah.
Rocket scientist, literal rocket scientist.
Yeah.
Genius, wonderful guy, and willing to throw hands at a concert when someone messes with my kid. I was at a concert with Dan, and you guys met my son too. And my son's 6'6" and as big as I am. Plus he was a nose guard, just absolute unit. And we're at a Disturbed concert, and it's me, rocket scientist, my buddy Josh, who's a ex-sheriff deputy, and Steve Diamond, and we're walking along, and my daughter, and you guys know Hank, and we're walking along, and this drunk guy grabs my son and starts like shaking him, and it turns out the drunk guy was just like having a good time. Only Joe was just like, what the heck? This guy's grabbed me. Well, my dad flip switched, and I was making a beeline right to like take the dude out. And right to my right, I realized, here's Dan. His dad flip switched too. So this dude is about to get a 6'5", 300-pound guy and a 6'6", 300-pound guy wailing on him because he's grabbed onto a 6'6", 18-year-old nose guard. I didn't realize this too at the time. Josh, who's not a big guy, but Josh is going around behind him. His sheriff's deputy switch flipped, and Steve got out his camera.
That is Steve in a nutshell. Yes. I'm
Steve
just
got
going
out
to
his
stand over here
camera.
and watch.
Even better, Steve was like, and he flipped it so he'd get the better view.
Yeah.
And then, but the drunk guy had a fairly sober friend, and he saw this like convergence upon him, and he's like, "Oh, dude, like, like it's okay. He doesn't mean no harm." And we're just like, okay, yeah, it was funny. It was great concert, by the way.
Yeah.
So how's Joe doing down in South America?
He's lost about 40 pounds. So for those who don't know, my son he's on an LDS mission in Peru, and he's been down there for about a year now. He's gone from 270 to 230 something, and he's now officially on double food budget because it was him and a Hawaiian kid who was going to play football for Arizona State, and so the mission president is just like Peruvian dude, and he's looking at these two monsters, and he's like, "Wow, you guys are getting way too skinny." And so basically, they're because they get food money, and their food money now is as if there's 3 missionaries in that area instead of 2.
Double the budget.
And it's funny because I told this when Joe was telling me this, I'm like, "Are you excited?" He's like, "Nah, Dad, it's just going to be more rice."
More rice, more chicken.
More rice, more chicken. Yeah, he's finally. It's taken him a while to like his Spanish has gotten really superb. Like
Yeah.
and he doesn't have a gringo accent. Because he grew up in Utah. You think, but he's his Spanish has gotten good enough that the South Americans all think he's from a different South American country.
Yeah.
You can tell he's not Peruvian. Well, plus the fact he's the biggest guy in the entire nation.
Yeah.
He's easy to pick out of a crowd.
Oh yeah, if you had to pick my son out of a lineup in Peru, actually every pitcher is like Peruvian. Joe.
Yeah.
Peruvian.
And Mercy's
Peruvians are
learning
not tall
to do
people.
interesting things for the ability to speak something.
Oh yeah, immersive learning is the best way.
Yeah, so he's been immersed, but it's funny. But plus the last name, they see the last name on the name tag, and they a lot of people ask him if he's Brazilian.
Yeah,
he gets. Are you Spanish? Are you from Spain? Because he's white. I mean, he takes after my wife. He is like super Scandinavian looking, and he just gets frecklier in the sun.
Yeah,
and So but his Spanish has gotten superb, like really, really, really good, and now he's having a good time. He misses America. He misses food.
Yeah.
He misses guns.
Yeah.
He was the other night, or it was about a month ago. He was in the big city, and there was a gunfight right down the street, right? But he said it was 2 guys with revolvers because there would be 6 shots, and then he'd go down to reload, and then the other guy would pop up and fire 6 shots, and then he'd reload, and their reloads were not speedy, and then they would pop back up and they'd fire 6 shots again, and they'd both go down, and this went on for like quite a while, and so like to Joe, he's like they had to have like pockets full of loose ammo, or maybe even like the box of 50.
Yeah, in their pocket.
Yeah,
and they were just taking turns firing 6 shots at a time. He went to the emergency room because one time he got food poisoning super bad, and he had to go to the emergency room. And he's in the hospital bed, and it's like 2:00 in the morning, and everybody else in the hospital bed, literally in the emergency room, is there for a gunshot wound.
Yeah.
And so there's one giant gringo and all these Peruvians and Venezuelans and Ecuadorians, and they're like, what are you here for? I got shot in the leg. What are you here for? I got shot in the arm. What are you here for? I have a tummy ache.
And I'll bet nobody laughed either.
Well, the sad thing is too, I mean, because the boy is excellent shooter. I mean, he's a superb shooter.
Well, that's my shocked face. Let me show you it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the kid's been taking like high-end gun school since he was like 15.
Yeah.
I think he took his first CDR class at 15. You know, so kid knows his stuff. And then, so he's probably the best shooter in the country. He's not
Yeah.
allowed to have a gun.
Yeah.
But
Holy
after
crap.
that gunfight, he was like, "Dad, I could just come down here and take this country over."
Yeah.
Now he knows how I felt a whole bunch of the time.
It's like, guys, let me just teach you to aim, and you will win all your street battles.
Yeah.
Let me show you what the bumps on the top of the barrel are for.
Yeah.
Hang on just a second.
Yes.
I remember a very low period in my life when I was trying to teach Saudi Arabian soldiers how to do jumping jacks. And no.
I've seen videos of guys trying to do that with the Iraqis.
Oh God, yeah.
And it doesn't get any better.
They have people to do those jumping jacks for them.
And it's
We're gonna bring in some people from Indonesia or the Philippines, and then keep their passports here for them for safekeeping, and they can
Yep.
do jumping jacks for me.
and they'll
Yeah.
learn how to do jumping jacks. And it's truly a disheartening thing when you spend the first 2 days of the firearms familiarization trying to tell them that the rear sight does not control the speed of the bullet.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then at
yes.
the
Well,
end
the AK
of
has
the
got that slider,
Yeah.
fast and slow.
and at the end of the training period, when you've spent 80 hours teaching people how to shoot, they still think the rear sight controls the speed of the bullet.
Oh yeah.
So you got guys, they have it cranked out to 800 yards.
Yep. And they can't figure out why they're missing everything.
At 100 yards, and why there's no impact on the backstop.
Yeah.
Teacher, my bullets aren't going where they need to go.
Yeah.
Well, Scooter, there's a reason for that.
Well, that's like the thing, because like if you it's really easy to screw up an AK front sight, and everybody's ever used an AK knows that, do the not lined up AK front sight.
Yeah.
But for most of the world that uses AKs,
No, that's front sight. What is that? And when you're trying to teach, I do like to ding on the state of American marksmanship as a whole. Average the average concealed it makes my eye twitch. And
okay. So I don't know if you guys know a guy named Mirko. I've seen him online a lot. Mirko Muggery, great guy, masterclass shooter, fantastic, just stupendously good shooter. I mean, he chases the range Pokemon. He's got a turbo pin, and I think he's done Rogers, and really good shooter. So one time we were at a Gabe White class out in Washington, up in Skagit, Washington, at Rick Remington's range, and I'm just going for a turbo pin. And I miss it. I flub because you got to do 4 out of the 8 at turbo levels, and I flubbed it. I just didn't make it. I made light pin, 1 level down, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, to regular people that's super good, but I missed turbo, and I missed my last drill by like 0.18 of a second, right? And I'm walking away from the targets, and I'm cursing myself. I'm just cursing myself. I'm mad. I drove like 12 hours to be here, and I didn't make the level I wanted to make. And Mirko stops me, and he goes, "Larry, I want you to think about something for a second." I go, "What's that, man?" And keep in mind, we're at an indoor range. He points at the ceiling, and all there's these bullet holes in the ceiling baffles. And he goes,
Oh yeah.
We're demigods to these people."
Yeah, no kidding. I'm just, I despair at the level of the level of competence the average American concealed handgun carrier. And then I remember those years of teaching third world people how to use a rifle, and I think, we're not so bad after all.
I remember
Oh yeah.
the law enforcement of the 80s and 90s.
Oh, I
And the
was
fact-
law enforcement in the 90s.
The fact that the average concealed carrier is a better shot than law enforcement today.
To this day,
Yes.
to this day.
once all the World War II vets retired out, that changed the entire accuracy quotient of law enforcement.
Well, I think it happened. I think it started in the 70s when
Well, that's when a lot of the guys started retiring out.
when
Yeah.
they started retiring out and the gun culture, so to speak, started. Police started not hiring from gun culture.
Yeah.
But that's a rant for a whole different time. That's like the chief deputy that told me that he didn't think me going to gun schools was a good thing because he, in his mind, it looked like I was looking for an excuse to get into a gunfight. Like, wow.
Stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
And Larry just disappeared. What the hell?
Well, he said he was having problems with his internet. He'll be back.
He'll be back. Good Lord, we got a bunch of folks in the
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, no, like I said, I despair, and then I look like you froze up. Yeah. And then I look back at,
Yeah.
the 80s, trying to teach third world people how to shoot a rifle semi-proficiently, and just,
Yeah.
that was an exercise in futility.
Yeah. They always come back. Yes.
64 people watching? Is that what
Yeah.
is that what that means? Good
Yeah.
Lord.
We picked up a few. All right. He's back.
He's back.
Oh my
Try
god.
this again.
Packet loss and packet burst. I mean, as much as I love Elon, yeah, I swear, Starlink, it'll be perfectly fine, and then it's just, it's not.
Yeah. Well, I want to go back to talking about writing, though.
Okay.
I want to hear your side of the story on Monster Hunter.
Okay, on the original?
Yeah.
So Ian starts this thread, line I'd like to hear in horror movies someday.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's funny as hell. And at the time I had been inspired. I was trying to write again, but I wasn't really sunk into what. And this thread is hilarious. And then Dylan Freeman
Oh yeah.
has this line that just slayed me, right? And it's the and I used it as the opening quote for Monster Hunter. And it just slayed me. And it was about how you look out there and see a horde of evil brain-eating zombies. I look out there and see a target-rich environment.
Rich environment.
And I just died. And I thought that was so damn funny. But just the whole attitude of that just kind of clicked for me. And at that point, I kind of wanted to write something action adventure anyway. Plus, I'm a huge horror movie nerd. Like, I've seen every low budget horror movie there is ever. At the time, especially, I think I had. And so I took two of my great loves in life, or three: guns, modern movie stuff, and capitalism. And I just rolled it all together, and then that's where where Monster Hunter International really kind of gelled.
Yeah.
And went from there, and it was just funny as hell. And so then the cool part about this is years and years and years later, how many dudes from the same internet gun forum went on to have writing careers?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Right.
shockingly high number.
Well, I
Not-
remember the what was it? Welcome Back, Mr. Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Was on the fire line, and that was you and Mike Coopery.
Yep. And that one
Yeah.
was legend, and that was one summer. Me and Mike basically wrote a collaborative novel where I'd write 1,000 words a day, and I'd post my part, and then he'd write 1,000 words and post his part, and we did that all summer. And the crazy part is, it had a cohesive beginning, middle, and end, which
Yeah.
never
Became
happens.
Dead Six.
Yeah.
The
I pulled down the
cleaned up.
original.
Oh yeah,
the
it's a collector item now.
The interesting thing about that, the original post, lines I like to hear, that was just after Halloween, and me and Jay Totten that you met at Ryder Cantina, and Wayne Wisnan.
Yeah.
That we'd had a monster movie marathon, and those were some of the lines we were throwing out through the whole thing. And I was writing them down as we're thinking off these lines. I thought this would be a great post, so I did it.
Yeah.
And I just had no idea what I was fixing to.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean I was going to write something because I had the bug again. Because the first one I wrote was back in college and it wasn't good. Then I had taken a bunch of years off to go have a career and kids and a life and whatnot.
Yeah.
And
I hate it when
then I
that
was like,
happens.
I was feeling it, and I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to write again. And so I went for it, and that was just perfect timing.
Turned
Yeah.
out pretty well for you.
It turned out
pretty well for
okay.
everyone.
It's
Turned
done all
pretty well
right.
for everyone.
Yeah.
We got Larry and Mike and you,
Peter,
Peter, Kelly Grayson was
Yeah.
there.
Marco.
Marco's done well.
Yeah.
Marco's done really good writing for 47 North for Amazon.
Yeah.
Yes. He was Lindringser at first, and then Marco Close. When he became staff there.
Yeah.
He's done well. And then there's Oleg with his pictures.
Yeah.
There were an amazing number of creative people.
Tamara Keel went on to write a bunch of nonfiction.
Yeah.
Kathy Jackson wrote and then became an editor.
Yeah. Connor Cat.
George
And
Hill.
damn good. Yeah. And she was a damn good firearms instructor too.
Oh yeah. There were an amazing number of creative people for knuckle dragging gun crazies.
What is funny because how many of us weren't writers at the time,
Yeah.
but we were all readers and nerds,
Yeah.
and we just kind of came writers and went, and that's kind of hilarious. Actually, I think the fire got most more writers in the most college creative writing classes.
No kidding, right?
Yeah.
No, that's it's. I love to compare, knuckle dragging, cousin humping rednecks, and I think for the the gun nerds, the cousin humping gun nerds, we've made quite a bit of money.
Oh yeah.
Off of just creative stuff.
Yeah.
But what do we know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we have those stereotypes. We're failing to live up to our stereotypes.
Yeah.
I have to try harder.
Okay, so we need knuckle cousin jump in redneck.
John is taking notes of. Apparently, I throw off one-liners, and John sits back and takes notes for t-shirts.
Well, yeah, Rick, that's the point. We've all been about lifting all the boats.
Yeah. God, yes.
And that's something, and Larry and Steve with Writers Dojo have done an amazing job of that.
Which reminds me, I do a podcast recording on Rising Tide about folks that help other people, and I'd like to snag you and Steve for that one of these evenings. Not you and Steve as writers, but as the Writer Dojo and helping people out. If we can get that handled.
Yeah, I'm down. We've been really big on just trying to give back, basically.
Yeah.
People are asking for stuff, and a lot of times it's stuff that I can't help. That's the hard thing about being like where I'm at is I'm asked for a lot of favors. They're not necessarily we can't help people. But one of the reasons we started Writer Dojo was just a way to kind of like pass on information to help people and bring them up. And me and Steve have been talking about it for years.
Yeah.
But we didn't really have the technical expertise. And then so you guys know Rabbit, Jack Wilder. Jack Wilder on the internet, even though he has now a job in the publishing business, so everybody knows who he really is. He's Bayan's marketing guy now. But so Jack Wilder jumped in and volunteered to be our producer and do all that hard stuff that we were as you guys can see with my setup here today, I am technologically illiterate. But so then the three of us just went out and we started doing this, and it's weird. We're 3 years in and we're getting thank yous in all these books. Like people's thank you pages all the time. Helping people get going and launching their careers, and it's kind of awesome.
Yeah, well, we've got this writer group that's loosely affiliated with us called the Alpha Mercs, and they all came together because of Writer Dojo.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
with our fast release on our anthologies, the alpha mercs are writing, seeing it, improving, and writing again.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic.
That's rad. I love it.
Hell yeah.
So,
Yeah, I still remember that.
It's been fun.
Yeah, that first panel we did at LTUE.
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
those
that
who
was
don't
Ian.
know,
So that was
Those you-
Ian's first panel. I drafted him and
Yes,
Jim
you did.
and Peter Grant. I was the moderator, and it was about self-pub. And I started knowledge. And so then the rest of the panelists didn't show up because it's a morning panel. I'm there by myself with 10-year out-of-date information and about 30 people in this room wanting information. I don't know what self-publishing's at right now or indie publishing. I'm 10 years out of date. In walks Ian, and I'm like, you, come here. It's like we have our first volunteer panel. And a minute later, Jim and Peter walk in the door, and I'm like, hey, we got a whole panel now. Come on up, guys. And I was telling the audience, it's like these guys have all done this, and it actually turned out to be really valuable stuff.
I was
laughing at
Ian was
Ian.
really nervous to be on his first
Ian's
panel.
eyes were about this big though when we looked at him. He's going, come on, come on, come on.
I was in the back. I was standing in the back so I could make a quick escape. And Larry said, the rest of the panelists haven't showed up, but there's somebody in here. I'm looking right at him. Oh, what the hell?
Right.
Yeah.
And that was my first ever panel. I was
Right.
scared to death.
Oh,
Oh, but the beautiful thing is because you didn't.
Larry, I think you froze up again, buddy.
yeah, see if it'll come back. No, it's locked.
Nope. There we go.
All right, there
Wait.
you are.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and I got to get into a booster. I have a big house, and my router's kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
And so-
Right
Booster
words,
thing.
submit stories.
It's called a
get
deco.
Yeah.
My deco, my office deco, I think, is dying. So,
Oh,
yeah. I have the good deco down by my Xbox.
That does not surprise me, Larry.
put it up next to the important part.
Oh,
Indeed.
I envy
That's the
people
good
that can
stuff.
play those games. I just did too much of that shit for real.
Oh yeah, so Jim, when you're staring at an electronic display, you got a lot more going on.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Yeah, much higher state.
No kidding.
I screw up and I'm like, oh well, I'll try again.
Yeah, well, we didn't have a reset button.
Oh, Jim screwed up. It's like having to notify a whole bunch of family members. So it's like
Yeah,
a much higher bar there.
Jim, screw up. First thing you do is call the State Department, DOD, and National Command Authority.
yeah.
Sir, we got screwed up.
Yeah, if Jim screwed up, they had to move that DEFCON number.
Actually, my CO during the MyGaz operation hung up on the National Command Authority.
That's
Yeah.
ballsy.
He says, "I got crews I'm trying to talk to. I'll call you back," and hung up. And after we came back from the operation, he said, "Yeah, that might not have been my
Not a career enhancing move.
career enhancing move. Still made captain and retired as an 06, but yeah. Of course, he was a little bit different CO. He was a former F4 pilot who had punched out once too often, so they moved him over to P3s. But he was a good CO.
So where are we going to see you in the future for the rest of the year, Larry?
Next in September, I have the third Lost Planet Homicide episode is coming in Audible.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys have listened to those. Those are awesome.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's,
Oh yeah.
that's the series a lot of them is familiar with that I do. But,
Lost you
I
again.
think we lost you again, Larry.
Hang on.
When he comes back, because wow, that was a good conference. So for Rising Tide, that was a terrific one.
Larry,
I think I'm here.
there you are. There you are.
Okay. I don't know. I'll be talking to you guys, and the little swirly will come up, and then you
Yeah.
guys will sound like robots. I don't know what's going on.
Jonna would like to have you talk up Writer's Cantina because Jonna Hayden was really, really gobsmacked.
Yeah, you know what? We had a really good time. So Writers Cantina is the brainchild of a guy named Nathan Shoemate here in Utah. And Nathan's a good guy. I've known him for many years. And he was one of the regulars at LTUE.
Yep.
But LTUE, I mean, I loved it. I went there for like 13 years in a row. But it just, like many things, it's a con is only as good as the volunteers. And if your volunteers start getting really woke and putting that kind of crap ahead of the writing, ahead of the business, and you just started getting this weird purity test nonsense. I know Jim had some of that.
Yeah.
And behind the scenes, I helped out a lot. Feathers. A lot of times people would step on parts of their anatomy, and I'd come in and fix things and try to help people out. I got sick of that, and the writing was kind of on the wall. So Nathan started Writers Cantina. First, kind of grow it, and it's specifically not what in the charter that there's no crap. It is just writing, and there's no fanish stuff. There's no cosplay. There's no costume ball, that's all fun. There's no gaming. There's none of that. It's just writing. It's just writing stuff, writing business. That's what they're going for.
Yeah.
And I've gone for the last 2 years, and I've had a good time. Mostly just hanging out. I haven't really helped out other than just going. And me and Steve get a bunch of people and interview them while we're there for Writer Dojo. I think we did like 7 or 8 episodes this last time.
Well done.
Yeah, and so it's just fun. It's a good con. Turns out there's a Peruvian restaurant half a mile away. That was pretty good. I ate there with Jim.
And apparently a great steakhouse, according to Jonna.
Yeah, he drug us off.
Oh,
We might-
I missed out on the steakhouse, but yeah, no, it's over in West Valley City, Utah. And it's been good. Nathan's been slowly growing it, and I think next year, I don't know if he's going to do 2 days or 3 days. Probably 2 days again, but I think each year he's just made it a little bigger, and the number of people going has grown. So I think he's continuing to do so.
Yeah.
And I think he's doing a good job. So I'll support him, and I'll keep going, and I'll promote it and tell people about it. So yeah, I think it was great. It was good to see was there. A lot of good folks came out.
Yeah. It was fun. The panels were good. Of course, I missed one, but that was not my fault. But I was really impressed by the panelists themselves and by the side panels that were taking place over in the Cantina side. There was an ongoing discussion about maps.
The Cantina is actually a great idea. What Nathan did there is he found that one of the main things that people were really enjoying was let's just open the green room to everybody and have one big massive green room.
Yeah.
People could hang out, eat snacks. Because honestly, that's one of the best things about it. So I thought it worked great.
I love the hall panels.
Yeah.
That happen at conventions. There's a lot of stuff gets done in the halls at conventions. A lot of good information, a lot of good data sharing.
I've put together anthologies for people in the hallway.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, I've done that. We're literally, oh man, I need somebody who could write this or write that, and I'll be like, that guy, and I'll go and I'll grab a guy, and it's like, hi, so and so, meet so and so. He writes this. You're looking for this. Be friends, and then I walk away.
Yeah,
There was
whatever works.
I missed an LTUE that Larry and Jim were at I couldn't, for some reason, I couldn't go. And Jim comes back, walks up, says, "Hey, you're in an anthology," and walks away. It's like, what the, what the hell?
That was the conversation, me, you, and Pete Nealon trying to educate that other writer on the border and intelligence and the cartels.
We did, so we did an anthology off that. One of my favorite stories was there was an anthology. I won't give too much away here because it's who is way more famous than I am, and she was making an anthology, and she was dogged by like half her writers, and was coming up on deadline for this.
Yeah.
I think we lost you again, Larry.
Right in the middle of a good story.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Okay. So I don't know how much you guys got there, but this other editor was getting hosed because like half the people had dropped out or failed to produce. She's I tell her, yeah, I'll write it. And then she needs like, I found her every author at this con. I would see somebody in the hallway and I'll be like, "Oh, this guy's a really good writer. Hey, come here." I was like, "Do you have any stories ready to go that fit the following themes and criteria?" They're like, "Yeah, I do have one like that I haven't sold." I'm like, "All right, back this way."
Yeah.
I did. I filled an anthology for her in literally one Saturday afternoon at con.
Yeah.
You know, it's handy to know people.
Oh yeah, yeah, it really is.
Yeah. So this particular anthology is like 75% of the authors were people who happened to be at one event.
Yeah. Well, that's all it takes sometimes.
Yeah.
But the connections that we end up developing, not only through the cons, but through the various groups that we're involved with, manage to help us spread the word on what we're trying to do and bring everybody up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I enjoy that.
The networking I'm discovering. I don't get to go to cons as a just schmo anymore. I'm actually a professional at the cons, and the networking is great.
Yep. When you make that jump to where you're the respectable professional, and you're the guy people come to talk to, it's weird. It's different.
No
There's
kidding.
definitely a curve on that.
No kidding. That is weird.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Especially to have people that whose books you've read go, "Oh, you're Law Dog. I need to talk to you." It's like, shit. Holy shit.
Yes, Jay, I was in the first Trailer Park Anthology. I had a second story that did not make the third Trailer Park Anthology, so I published it separately.
I had the one time in my life I met Orson Scott Card was at an event, and it is in a
Damn it.
We're losing him
to
again.
Larry Correa, and he goes, "Oh, it's like I've heard of you." It's like, "Man, we need to talk." I've never seen him go in different directions.
Yeah.
So that was me meeting one of the most famous authors of all time, and it was literally is like, "Oh, hey, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I know who you are." And he's like, "We got to talk," and then I never see him again. So I don't know what he wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm seeing from the comments over the side here that apparently my internet is we've gone back to like the late 90s here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry guys. I will get that thingy. I'll get a new thingy.
Get a new thingy.
Well, actually, people are voting for you to get your own geosynchronous satellite.
Oh, time travel.
Somebody said, "Why don't you move closer to the router?" That's when it got on with you guys. I was on my phone right next to it, Only that. So, yeah, because as
It's
soon as I'm
weird.
done here, I'm going to back to typing.
Yeah.
It's really weird because you'll be clear as a bell for about 2 sentences, and then it'll go all silent, and then you'll be clear as a bell for another 30 seconds. It's really weird.
I'm sure
It's
Korea
super
Tech,
annoying.
sure,
It's so annoying.
I'm sure Korea Tech has something in their catalog.
Waiting for the
Yeah,
you've got mail alert.
It's Starlink, but
It's better than
Yeah.
better than dial up.
yeah,
Trust me, it's better than dial up.
A little.
Yeah.
No, I remember the days of dial up. This is even with the issues, it's still better.
you kids. I started with a 300 baud friggin' modem.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
So
Back when dinosaurs ruled the earth, and
Yes.
you rode your Pteranodon on patrol.
The only thing you could do was text. There was nothing else. And that
Somebody
was
say-
for BBS.
Somebody said with my income level, dude, a personal satellite, and just it's like I can't. I mean, it would only. I mean, I could run fiber T1 out here, but it's like, well, how much does it cost to run 30 miles of fiber?
Right?
Yeah.
That ain't cheap.
It was like $1 billion.
Yeah.
No biggie. I'll get right on that for.
Well, do like John Van Stry did, put up a 100-foot tower so he could get internet and share it with all of his neighbors.
That's John.
I'm thinking we're just going to.
And we lost.
I think we lost him again. There he is. Nope.
He's trying.
I'm trying.
Oh, it's not your fault,
All right.
Larry.
Larry, ain't your fault, buddy.
Okay. Let's try this again.
I think we're overdriving your poor little switch, Larry.
I think we are. I think the video is not doing his switch any kindness.
No.
All right, guys. It's been a pleasure. We'll try this.
Heck yes.
Yeah.
Larry, my friend, it's always good to see you.
Thank you for coming on with us,
And
Larry.
it's always good to see Bridget, even if she's lurking somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, gone. Oh well.
Yeah.
So guys, that was Larry.
Yeah.
Good friend of ours. Nice guy. I'm sure y'all know that. We'll try Larry again.
Yeah. After he gets his stuff fixed.
So J816 Dog was you're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed my little scribbles. Thank you very much. Ain't that it?
Upside when Larry does freeze, it's not a creepy head face. Yeah. Oh.
So we've got about 6 minutes. Stuff that we need to coffee anthology. We've got the stories together.
posted about when Pope Glen opens today
Oh,
on our Substack.
you go to Raconteur Press Substack. We've got more openings for various stuff coming down the pike. Pogue 1. And we didn't get to talk about Larry's daughter. Hinckley is
Yeah.
going to be guest editing our superhero anthology.
She's doing it right now,
She's working on it now. And
giggling.
Chris, it was great. It was great to meet you also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't get to talk. It's more fun to be able to talk to her some more.
Yeah.
welcome to my world.
You're right. Yeah.
This last LibertyCon, I got to LibertyCon. Didn't get to talk to the people I wanted to talk to. I
Yeah.
was too busy. Hell, I saw this one in passing a
Yeah.
couple of times.
Yeah, we never did get a chance to sit down and eat.
No, we didn't. I mean, you and Kelly, and there were a number of people I went to actually
Yeah.
talk to. So if y'all are coming to PCon and FinCon, I'm going to try to not be as in as professional mode. I want to
Yeah.
be more social. I know that sounds weird, but I'm actually, Rita is being nice. And
He's getting better, folks.
Rita has a good influence. I'm trying to get a little more social.
Well, you also got guys too. Got your women. So
And I'm going to have a screening squadron,
Squeening Squadron.
screening to do some intercepting, occasional intercepting for me.
James says you still have the beer you left in the craft room.
Which one? I left 2 beers in there. No, wait, I managed to drink one of
you
them.
drank one of them.
I did. I got to drink one of
Yes, we've dubbed the guys Larry, Moe, and Curly. We now have Larry, Moe, and Curly. So, and they're incredibly silly. So
Working on submission of Pogue 1. Yes, please.
yes,
But-
Mike is having so much fun with that.
Well, good.
Yeah, he really is. He's going to town on that.
Mike Spearman Burke, Mike Burke, one of our editors. We did All War Burn with Casey Ezell, and it wasn't quite in our wheelhouse. It was. That's not quite in our wheelhouse. And grateful for it. It's a good series, grateful for it, but man, Mike needs something a little light and fluffy after that.
Yeah, he did the last one. It comes out next Friday.
Oh, it does?
Yep. Yeah.
All Burn 3 is coming out Friday?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Next Friday, the 19th. So he worked hard on that one, and he's proud of the work he did on that. But it was a tough one for him. So
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
was. It really was. I don't know anything else. What you got?
I need to be writing my stuff, not y'all's stuff.
get your work
Stop this
done.
crap.
And he's this one is guest editing Space Cowboys 6.
Jesus. How do I get myself into this mess? Out of this
Good
mess.
still next to us, so you just be quiet.
Yes, dear. All right, folks, we've done about all the damage we can do for a day.
It was good to see y'all. Good to see Larry.
Again, apologize for the quality. There's not much we can do about it.
You guys are perfect.
Once Larry gets the stuff back, we'll see if we can do better.
Hey, we'll do it. We'll take another shot with Larry. Ain't no biggie. So y'all be safe.
Be safe. Remember, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't pet the sweaty stuff, and have fun. Bye.